Welcome to Module 6, the follow-up series. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit in this video about the purpose of the follow-up series. I'm not going to go into the specifics of the autoresponders. So if you need information on how to set up a follow-up series in Aweber or GetResponse or whatever the tool is that you're familiar with or that you're not familiar with, you can search YouTube. There's a lot of videos, and there's a lot of videos from the providers themselves on how to use their products. So look, personally, I use Aweber, but I've heard great things about GetResponse. So it's personal preference. So have a bit of a search if you need more information on the specifics of those tools. Have a search on YouTube or look at the company's sites themselves, and they've got a lot of great information there. So what I want to talk to you about in this video is the follow-up series, and the purpose of the follow-up series. Now, there's a little bit of a contradiction here. The purpose of the follow-up series is obviously to monetize that list and to make money. When it boils down to it, that's the purpose of the list. It's that push-button income that you're looking for when you're able to send an email and have purchases occur and make money straight off the back of sending an email. That is what you want to get to. Now, the thing is, you don't get to that by just sending emails every day promoting a new product. It just doesn't work that way. You have to build trust and you have to build a relationship with your list. Now, it's very important with this technique that we're using and using the pay-per-click traffic, as these, like I mentioned in one of the earlier videos, the pay-per-click traffic is very responsive. They've not come off other people's lists. They're generally not on a lot of lists. So you do have a larger percentage of time of their inbox. So they are a highly responsive list. And the worst thing you can do is over-promote to the list, alienate the list, and basically wear the list out. What you're looking at doing is building trust and building a relationship with the list. The push-button income comes from you being a trusted advisor to the people on your list, and you need to build that trusted advisor status. Now, I remember my first follow-up series, and it was terrible. I think I did 2 weeks of an email every day promoting the same product and promoting the same video for the same product. So each email said the exact same thing, and it was basically, I used different text and a different wording around it, but at the end of the day, I was pointing them to the same video each day and effectively saying, watch the video. It wasn't very successful. I didn't get a lot of clicks, and I alienated that list. Now, you can recover from that, but you don't want to have to recover. You want to build it. You want to build a relationship from the start, and you want to build it right. So the way to do that is to provide immense value. One of the main ways that you can build trust is to provide value, provide information that these people are looking for, and provide that information for free. Now, you might think, well, I don't know a lot about that topic. You need to learn about the topic, and if you would have seen earlier in one of the earlier modules, we are showing you the PLR content for the giveaway. You could see there was a product that we came across that had 236 articles. That's fantastic value-adding giveaway content. That's the sort of stuff that you want to be putting in your emails. And you want to be doing it in a way that's entertaining. You can't just take these articles and just copy and paste. You can't be a lazy marketer. You take these articles, work them, use your own style, develop your style, use a bit of storytelling, and spin these articles in a way that you're providing advice to your followers, to your list. There really are a lot of parallels with internet marketing and email marketing with something like Twitter. You wouldn't follow somebody on Twitter if they continually promoted a product to you. You follow somebody on Twitter because they're doing something of interest. They're providing, they're tweeting about things that you're interested in, or you're getting something out. You feel like you're getting something out of that relationship with that person on Twitter. That if they were just promoting to you every day, you'd unsubscribe. You wouldn't follow that person. So you've got to be providing value. And you've got to take that same perspective to writing your emails. And one of the other mistakes that I made early on is that I wrote these emails and I tried to sound corporate, and I tried to sound, I think I came across very, I was using a formula and I was just repeating that formula over and over again. And that doesn't work either. You need to be emailing or writing these emails as if you're emailing a friend, as if you're providing advice to a friend, as if you're providing promoting something to a friend. You wouldn't aggressively promote something to a friend in an email. So why would you aggressively promote to somebody that's on your list? So you've really got to take that perspective that you're adding value and you're building followers. And when you do that, and when you get that mix right, then you start to build trust. And when you've got trust and you're seen as a trusted advisor, you're sending value emails, but then you're also sending promotional emails. And when those promotional emails hit, the people take notice and they follow them. Now, you will, as an internet marketer, you're probably subscribed on a lot of lists. How many of those just continually promote? And how many of those do you actively follow after the first week? And I would say very little. I've got, there's very few people that I say stay subscribed to unless they're entertaining and providing value. And one person that I actually look up to, and I've been on their email list for quite a while, is a guy by the name of Michael Cheney. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Now, his email follow-up series, they're highly entertaining. So he's mailing every day or every second day, and they're highly entertaining. And when he promotes something, it does come across as if it's providing advice to a friend. It doesn't come across as like ramming something down your throat. So that's what you've got to aim for, and that's how you monetize your list. That's how you build your follow-up series and build your list in the right way. So I'll move on to the next slide. So the next slide, so this is a recommended follow-up series, and this is what I'll be using on the metabolic cooking campaign. So as soon as they subscribe, you would send an email out immediately with the download link. So thank you for showing interest. Here's the free report that we offered or that we're giving to you. Here's the download link. You talk a little bit about what's in the report. You'll find these benefits. Hope you enjoy it. Here's that link again, and close off that message. I would then recommend sending on that next day an email reminder. So, often I use the title just so you don't miss out, or did you miss out, or I hope you didn't miss out. And again, provide that download link for the report, and provide, again, some benefits of the report, provide some encouragement, and close off that message. So those initial download emails are those first two that I have there in blue. And now's where it starts to get interesting and where you really start to work that list and build that relationship. So here I've got a series. The green indicates a value email where you're offering advice, so you're offering something of value, obviously related to the niche that the people are in. So in this case, that would be weight loss. You would want to be sending I would do 3 emails on day 2, 4, and 6, where you're offering value and possibly referring back to things in the report that you sent them before doing any sort of promotion. Day 7 and 9, I've got scheduled here for promotional emails. Then 11, 13, again, a value. 14, promotion. 16, value. And 18, promotion. So there's an 18-day sort of series here. You can send every day. You've really got to find what works best. I would think, though, with a list where somebody's not on a lot of lists, every day is probably going to be too much. For somebody coming from pay-per-click traffic that's got a genuine interest, you don't want to burn them out. So you want to space out your emails. Now, also, you don't have to follow this to the letter. You can mix things up a little bit. But what I recommend for those value emails, like I mentioned, you're providing something of value, some advice, something on the topic that's going to be of interest to the reader. But it's really important to use storytelling. Storytelling, and often the use of cliffhangers as well, where you write about something that people can relate to. So it's written in the way of a personal experience. Last week or just the other day, I was doing this when this happened. But you want to engage the reader into the story and make them want to think, oh, well, what's happening next? And often a very good technique to use, and particularly here on, say, the day 11 and 13 or 4 and 6, is to leave in those stories with some sort of a cliffhanger, some sort of a to be continued, so that you're building that anticipation of the next email. Oh, I can't wait for that next email to come in. I want to hear the rest of what happened. Now, where that works really well is then when you lead into promotional emails. Because when you lead into a promotion, when they're anticipating that next email and they're waiting for that next email, and it comes in and it finalizes the story, or it reveals the piece of information that was needed all along, and then goes into a promotion of a complementary product, the percentage likelihood of them following that link and purchasing the product, or at least reviewing it, if not purchasing it, is greatly increased by the fact that you've brought them on a journey to get to that email. Had you just promoted the email, that promotion day in, day out, you might get a few initially, but you're not going to get any long-term relationship. And the advantage with this approach is that you can then repeat it. You can use that again. You can not the same story, but the same style, the same value, and from personal experience, or written from the perspective of personal experience, to really engage and build that trust with your list. So one of the things I'd like to emphasize here, and it was one of the mistakes again that I made early on, I was continually promoting the same product. I felt that because I'd talked about a certain product on the squeeze page, and I was targeting the squeeze page to a specific product, like we are here, that I was then bound in to only refer to that product. You don't need to. You need to mix it up. You need to have the freedom to explore other products in that niche. Find other things. There'll be new products coming out all the time, targeted to different niches. So you keep a lookout for them. Find the ones that you think will appeal to your list, and that you can write in a way and write up a message in a way that will really engage and appeal to your list, and put those promotions in there. So obviously stick within the niche of your list, but definitely feel free to explore other products and not just focus on the product that we started with. So if I go to the next slide, I'll explain a little bit more about the difference in the value emails and the promo emails. So in the value email is where you're providing that advice. So you can be using that PLR articles, or respin PLR articles into a way that's a bit more entertaining. Definitely you'll be providing encouragement in these value emails, and using storytelling. You really want them to leave finishing that email, feeling like they've got value out of it, with warm feelings towards the email, not, oh, here was another email and I just didn't relate to it. So they're the three top things that you should be doing in your value emails, is providing that advice, providing encouragement, using storytelling, using cliffhangers, build that relationship with your list. Now, in the promo emails, you're revealing that product, you're revealing a solution to one of their problems. You'll be stating what the problem is, the big problem, and how this solves it. You definitely indicate urgency and scarcity with products that you promote. Look, it's all of the testing. It just makes sense that if somebody reads something and they believe that it's a one-time or a limited offer, it's going to expire tomorrow, anything along those sort of lines, it just adds that urgency, and you will read that email and go, oh, I better do this now, and they do it now. All the testing reveals that and it's common sense that that's what's going to happen. So you want to be doing that in your promo emails, and you want to be, calling them to action. For a limited time, you can get this at this great discount. You really should check this out now. Now, one of the other points I'd like to touch on here is that you've got to keep in mind that quite a percentage of your traffic is going to be reading your emails on a mobile device. So for that reason, you don't want to be writing too much detail. You don't want pages and pages of content. You want to try and keep it relatively short and to the point. And again, like you're talking to a friend, you're not going to rabbit on in an email to a friend. So you would try and keep it fairly concise. But the other technique I use here is also you don't write your emails all the way across the page, because they're using a mobile device. You're going to get some weird wrapping that will happen if you format it like you would an email that's going to be read on a desktop. So what you can do there, I tend to put a carriage return and start a new line about every 8 to 10 words. I try and pick a point along the page, and each time my words get to about that point, I'll start a new line and have the next line of text under that. Now, yes, that does look a little different when you get that on a desktop, that it's all written over to the left and there's a lot of white space on the right. But if you're opening that on a mobile phone, if you're opening that on a tablet, it's going to feel a lot better. It's going to fit a lot better than it would if you had it written across the page. So look, I hope you got a lot of good information out of that, and good luck with your follow-up series. It is the follow-up series, like I mentioned at the start, where we're really maximising the value of this technique. Running a profitable campaign is good. We get the traffic for free, but then using that traffic in a great way, using that traffic to the best of our ability, and in a trusted partnership approach is going to make the absolute most out of that list. And all the conversions that happen at that end, all the sales and all the commission that you earn will hopefully be for you 100% profit. So I'll see you in the next video.